Things I wish I knew before doing procurement as my course. So, before you choose procurement and logistics as your course, or procurement and supply chain as your course at the university, you need to know the following. So, the first thing is that it's not all about buying. Procurement is not only about buying things. Because for me, at first, I thought you're going to just get the money and go purchase whatever that the organization needs. So I found out later that it's not all about buying. There are many things that you're going to do before going to that place, before going to that market, before going to that supplier to purchase whatever you're going to purchase. So there is a chain of very many things that you're going to face, that you have to make sure that you undergo very many processes before you actually buy what you want to buy. Another thing is that I've got to realize that if you don't know how to negotiate, you really have to get to know how to negotiate if you're really into this course, because negotiation is very vital. Because if you're going to go and purchase something, you have to negotiate for it. You have to get the best thing, the quality, the prices, and most especially the prices. Even when you want less prices, still you will have to create value. So negotiating is also another big thing under procurement. And if you don't know how to negotiate, I'm really telling you, you have to work on your negotiation. Just like how I have talked about negotiation, technically we have communication skills. So the third thing is about communication skills. Are you going to be able to communicate? If you don't know how to communicate, you better work on that, because here it requires you to really have good communication skills, since the people that you're dealing with, they're of different calibers. You understand? So if you're going to negotiate with a supplier and maybe this supplier has some arrogancy and all that sort, like, you have to get to know how to communicate to certain people. So technically you have to work on your communication skills, I'm telling you. Yeah. So opportunities are also bigger than what you really think they are. Yeah. So in procurement and logistics, or procurement and supply chain management, there are a lot of opportunities, but do you know what you're doing? Do you understand what you're doing? It is very vital, because it doesn't mean that you will have to have the scores on the paper, but are you really understanding what you're studying? Are you going to be able to technically do what you're supposed to do as a procurement officer, or as a logistics officer, or logistics manager? Hmm? And by the way, before I forget, do you know that we have many, can I call it positions under this career? Wait, I'll talk about that in the next video, but you have to get to know what I've stated so that this course moves on well for you. Because otherwise, I don't want you to get surprised when you're supposed to practice negotiation yourself. But negotiation is everyday thing when you go to the market, when you go to just a mere shop. So negotiation is everywhere. Just that this kind is kind of big. Yeah. So if you're a procurement officer out there and you think that I've missed something in this video, you can comment it down below, and we get to know about the things that we really had to know, or we wish others to know before they're doing this course.